Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most magnificent, the ever merciful. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and of course we elevate His name as He ought to be elevated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I extend to you the eternal and of course the universal salutation of peace. May the peace, blessings and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. A most pleasant good morning going out to you on this beautiful Friday morning. It is the day of Jum'ah. We have now come towards the end of the week. How has your week been thus far? We're heading towards the weekend. Of course, what plans have you got for the weekend? And of course, as always, I do pray and hope that you are healthy and well, safe and sound, enjoying a period of happiness, prosperity, well-being. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Ibrahim Safras Gani, here in your company once again on this beautiful and auspicious day of Jum'ah here in Trinidad and Tobago. Jummah Mubarak going out to you and yours. I also want to take the opportunity as well to say a very special thank you going out to Pandit Shivan Hari Prasad for those beautiful, wonderful words of inspiration and motivation. And as we always tend to do, we do wish him a safe and a speedy trip back home. All praises are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the magnificent, the merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. O Allah, it is you do we worship, and from you only do we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor. Not the path of those who have evoked your anger, nor the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Today's Islamic date is the 6th day in the month of Sha'ban, which of course is the 8th month on the Islamic calendar. We are currently in the year 1445. So we have now rolled over to the new month. As a matter of fact, on the evening of Saturday, the 10th of February, which was last Saturday, the moon was looked for to bring to an end the month of Rajab, the 7th month on the Islamic calendar. And of course, I can report to you that the moon was sighted, which means that the month of Rajab completed 29 days. And then on Sunday, we rolled over to the new month. So that basically means today is the 6th day in this particular month, the month of Sha'ban. It also means that we've got roughly about 3 weeks, a little more than 3 weeks left before the arrival of the holy month of Ramadan for the year 2024. Today also coincides with the 3rd Friday in the month of February in the year 2024. So we have entered into a new month. Let us prepare ourselves for the arrival of that special month, which is to dawn upon us very, very soon. And today, as we are now getting ready to commence the holy day of Jum'ah here in Trinidad and Tobago, allow me now to take the opportunity, of course, to welcome you live on here, on the internet, and of course live on social medias as well, for this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. By all means, do stick around. We've got lots to look forward to. I've got lots to share with you as we get through this particular hour together. Madina, 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 Madina. एक बार ही दिखा दो आका मुझे मदीना, बेशक बना दो आका मेहमान दो घड़ी का, दो घड़ी का। अगर मिल गई मुझको राह मदीना, मोहम्मद का नक्शे कदम चूम लूंगा। अकीदत से काबे में सर को झुका कर निगाहों से पावे
حرم چوم لوں گا اگر مل گئی مجھ کو راہ مدینہ محمد کا نقش قدم چوم لوں گا جو طے کر کے آئیں گے راہ مدینہ ملا لوں گا میں ان کے سینے سے سینہ جو طے کر کے آئیں گے راہ مدینہ ملا لوں گا میں ان کے سینے سے سینہ جن آنکھوں نے دیکھا ہے طیبہ کا منظر وہ آنکھیں خدا کی قسم چوم لوں گا جن آنکھوں نے دیکھا ہے طیبہ کا منظر وہ آنکھیں خدا کی قسم چوم لوں گا اگر مل گئی مجھ کو راہ مدینہ محمد کا نقش قدم چوم لوں گا میری زندگی صرف عشق نبی ہو جو غم مجھ کو اس میں ملے وہ خوشی ہو میری زندگی صرف عشق نبی ہو جو غم مجھ کو اس میں ملے وہ خوشی ہو اسی غم کی راہوں میں آنکھیں بچھا کر میں پلکوں سے خاک حرم چوم لوں گا اسی غم کی راہوں میں آنکھیں بچھا کر میں پلکوں سے خاک حرم چوم لوں گا اگر مل گئی مجھ کو راہ مدینہ محمد کا نقش قدم چوم لوں گا میرے دل کو ہے بس نبی سے عقیدت کسی دن تو جاگے گی میری بھی قسمت میرے دل کو ہے بس نبی سے عقیدت کسی دن تو جاگے گی میری بھی قسمت جو آئیں گے کر کے سفر مدینہ میں خوش ہو کے ان کے قدم چوم لوں گا جو آئیں گے کر کے سفر مدینہ میں خوش ہو کے ان کے قدم چوم لوں گا اگر مل گئی مجھ کو راہ مدینہ محمد کا نقش قدم چوم لوں گا عقیدت سے کعبے میں سر کو جھکا کر نگاہوں سے پاوے حرم چوم لوں گا اگر مل گئی مجھ کو راہ مدینہ محمد کا نقش قدم چوم لوں گا
You are tuned into Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Iman Safras Ghani, and I must say it's an absolute honor. And of course, always a personal pleasure to be in your company for around about the next hour or so. Thank you so much for all of the messages I have received thus far. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Allah be upon you. The program this morning, of course, is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Adams Project Management and Construction Limited, located at number 66 Omera Industrial Estate out there in Arima. And of course, you can contact them on 645-8326. 663-9144. Island Chicken Meats and Poultry Processors, located at number 47 Carney, Savannah Road out there in Charleville. Contact numbers 471-3850, 382-5418. Niceban Products Limited of number 23 Bokar Road out there in Canupia. Contact number 665-3078, 665-3079. And F&A Hardware and Shopping Center, located at number 280 Russia Douglas Road out there in Barrackpore. And of course, you can contact them on 2778000. And of course, you can be sure to message me via the WhatsApp number 2994103. Alternatively, you can send me a message via the Facebook feed live, also via the YouTube live as well. And of course, as we go through the course of this particular program, I say to you, may the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. On the program this morning, of course, as we always tend to do, we've got a very interesting segment lined up for you. Of course, we start off with our short inspirational segment, followed by the early morning call to prayer, and then, of course, we work our way through the course of the program. I'll be sharing with you a few beautiful Islamic selections, and then we work our way down to our lecture segment. And of course, on our lecture segment, as we continue to build up to the month of Ramadan, we'll be continuing with our very special feature on the road to Ramadan. We've got a very interesting topic coming up on that particular segment. So by all means, do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM. This is Soul Inspirations, and I'm yours truly, Imam Safraz Guy.
अच्छा चलता हूँ दुआ में याद रखना ये जिंदगी ने फिर दिल को धोखा दिया अच्छा चलता हूँ तो में याद रखना ये जिंदगी ने फिर दिल को धोखा दिया दुनिया में बस एक प्यार रखना ये वो प्यार है हर एक सांस में अंधेरा न रहा अब रोशनी यहाँ तेरा प्यार तेरी अता हम पर हौसला रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा 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 मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा रहमान हो रकीब हो दिल से करीब हो जान से करीब हो सच्चा ये प्यार है अब तो सुकून है हर वक्त उसका नाम लबों पे रखा ना अंधेरा न रहा अब रोशनी यहाँ तेरा प्यार तेरी अता हम पर हौसला रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा 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 मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा मेरिया मेरिया रब्बा रब्बा मेरिया रब्बा मेरिया He'll always be right here. Rabba Meriya, 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 Rabba Meriya,
Allah's blessings and mercies to you and yours on this beautiful Friday morning, the day of Jum'ah. Jum'ah Mubarak going out to you and yours. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. And as you look forward to another day in our lives, as we close off another week, as you look forward to a new week, a new upcoming week, we thank Almighty Allah first and foremost for the gift of a brand new day. And remember that everything you go through in life is an opportunity to become stronger. That is a message I want to leave you with this morning. That is a message I want to give you this morning. Everything that you go through in life is geared towards making you a strong individual. Everything that does not work is getting you closer to everything that will work. And the quicker you know what is meant for your soul, the quicker you understand that, the easier it is for you to be guided towards where you were meant to be. Life experiences shape who you become until you decide to start shaping your own experience. What you have yet to discover is that you are indeed a most powerful creator. Your beliefs, your intentions, your emotions, they all have the ability and the power to create a shift in the outward reality. So if you want to experience a different life, you have to start cultivating a different experience within yourself. You have to develop a different relationship towards your beliefs, your emotions, and your experiences. Get yourself right on the inside first. Sort yourself out on the inside, and everything on the outside will soon fall into place. So this morning, I want to say to you, may the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. May Allah bless you this day. May He remove all challenges from your path. May He continue to guide your footsteps to all that is good. And above all, may He grant you the courage and the strength to face all the challenges that will come your way this day. I also want to take the opportunity as well to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this morning is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Nicer Brand Products Limited of number 23 Broker Road out there in Canupia. You can contact them on 665-3078, 665-3079. F&A Hardware and Shopping Center located at number 280 Russia Douglas Road out there in Barrackpore. Contact number 277-8000. And Island Chicken Meats and Poultry Processors located at number 47 Caroni Savannah Road out there in Charleville. You can contact them on 471-3850, 3825-418, and the Original Barbecue Hut Limited, located at number 85 to 89 Sipera Road, Victoria Village, out there in San Fernando. Contact number 657-9429. Very special thanks as well going out to all those who message via the WhatsApp number, via the Facebook feed live as well. Continue to send those messages. May Allah continue to bless you and your family as well. Up next is our inspirational segments. Don't go anywhere far, stick around. This is Soul Inspirations. And I'm yours truly, Imam Safas. As you go through the journey of your life, always remember that one of the most valuable things that you can possess is not gold, not silver, not rubies, not wealth. One of the most valuable things that you can possess as an individual is the gift of good character. Character is not something that you can buy. It is not a commodity that can be bargained for. It's not a quality that you can find lurking around every corner. Rather, character is built upon the foundational commitment of love, honesty, and compassion for others. In life, having a good character, having good conduct, and being self-disciplined is indeed your greatest asset. And as you continue on with the journey of your life, you should always ensure that your conduct and your personality is of an extremely high caliber. Because if your conduct and personality is poor, then even if your education or your position and your wealth, might be on a high level, you will not get too far in life. Your conduct and your personality is by far the greatest asset that you possess. Without it, you are absolutely nothing. You may have wealth, you may have position, you may have rank, you may have beauty and education. But if your conduct and personality is not good, then to be quite honest, you really don't have anything at all. On the other hand, once your conduct and personality is good, in spite of not having wealth, in spite of not having position and rank and beauty and education, I can safely say to you that you have everything that you need. And in this competitive world, having a great personality is necessary for a person's growth and necessary for a person's progress in life. We all get inspired by, an attractive personality. That is something that, we all cling towards, or we all gravitate towards. No one likes a person who always speaks negative, always complains, and, has a negative attitude. We try to stay away and we try to ignore that type of person. On the other hand, a person with a positive attitude is always happier and flexible and better in making decisions and better in inspiring those around him. And if you study the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, you would find that he is the finest example of a perfect man in every sense of the term. He was a paragon of virtue and is the best example for the human race. Almighty Allah distinguished him and mentioned his character in the Holy Quran. Allah mentions that certainly the Messenger of Allah, in the Messenger of Allah, there is an excellent example for him who has hope in Allah, and for him who has hope in the final day, and for him who remembers Almighty Allah much. One of the most important things we learn from the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the importance of always developing your personality and always developing your conduct and your character as an individual. So what is the personality of a person? The personality of a person is what makes him or her different from the rest of the world. It can be quite simply described as a combination of characteristics and appearance of an individual, their patterns of thoughts, their feelings, their behavior, their communication ability, their physical features, and so on and so forth. All of these things tend to make up the personality of an individual. And personality development is a very important tool that helps you to bring out your strengths and your capabilities and make you aware of your inner self and develop a sense of self-confidence to be able to face the world and to be able to bring positivity in the world as you know it. It has become a very, very valuable tool today as we grow and as we inspire to be better individuals in our lives. So the big question is, how do you develop self-discipline? Well, I want to say to you this morning that self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you work on developing it and using it, the stronger it will become. However, it is just as important not to start out with goals that are too ambitious. So this morning I want to share with you 5 steps that will help you to develop your character, that will help you to develop your self-discipline. The more you practice these things, the more you become better at it and the more you are able to become a better individual. Number 1, choose goals that are achievable. Begin by choosing just one goal that you want to focus on in order to develop your self-discipline. Remember that by starting small, that is the best way to develop your true inner self. Make sure that your goal is specific. Make sure your goal is measurable, attainable. Make sure it is relevant and that you are able to achieve it in a timely fashion. Number 2, find your motivations and set positive objectives for your goals. Once you have chosen a goal, list the reasons why you want to achieve that goal and try to focus on reasons that are positive. So instead of saying that I want to exercise 3 times a week to lose weight, say to yourself that I want to exercise so that I can have the energy to play with my kids and I can have the energy to contribute something positive in the world. Setting goal is the first step. Setting your goal is the first step, and then setting a positive objective to that goal is the second step. The third step, be sure to identify obstacles. Identify the obstacles that you will likely face when moving forward with your goal. And once you have devised a strategy to maneuver around those challenges, it will make it so much more easier for you to accomplish your goal. Number 4, replace all habits with new ones. On the road to develop self-discipline, you will have to shed certain habits. And sometimes when you shed a habit, you leave a hole. In order to fill that hole, you have to plant new habits, you have to plant new characteristics, so that you can become a stronger person as you begin to move forward with the journey of your life. And finally, number 5, is very important that you continue to monitor your progress. As you work towards your self-discipline, pay attention. Pay attention and continue to monitor your growth. Sometimes you may feel happy, sometimes you may feel sad. Sometimes, it will be all smooth sailing. Sometimes you go through a turbulent patch. But it's important that you continue to monitor your goal. And over time, you will see that your self-discipline will strengthen. You will be able to apply it to a lot of different areas of your life. And as you become a stronger person, you automatically make it possible for those around you to become stronger as well. So courage, kindness, friendship, character, these are the qualities that define us as human beings. And these are the qualities that will propel you towards greatness. So I want to say to you this morning, focus on your strengths, not on your weaknesses. Focus on your character, not on your reputation. Focus on your blessing, not on your misfortunes. At this point on the program, we now go to the early morning call to prayer. The early morning call to prayer is being brought to you this morning through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Kinupia.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على حي على
A very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this morning is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Canupia. The Price Club Supermarket located at Ramsaran Street out there in Shagonas, contact number 671-7777, and Point Fortin Hardware Limited Wholesale Division located at Frederick Settlements out there in Caroni, contact number 662-1233-678-0857. Thank you so much once again to all those who sent me those beautiful messages with the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. Coming up in a very short while is our lecture segment. Do stick around. This is Soul Inspirations, and I'm yours truly, Imam Safraz Ghani.
May peace be upon you, be peace. When we wake up in the morning, when we wake up, we thank Allah for everything we have. Oh, we start the day by praying. Oh, praying for those who may not have what we have. Every day's another day where we get to smile and play. Blessings upon blessings from Him. Oh, Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. May peace be upon you, be peace. Oh, 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 oh. We are happy that we're Muslims. La ilaha illallah. Islam is full of love, it's made for me and you. Me and you. But we have a job as Muslims. Oh, standing up against wrong, that is what we do. Every day's another day where we get a chance to pray. Blessings upon blessings from Him. Allah. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. May peace be upon you, be peace. Oh, 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 oh. Some may say that you are short, some may say that you are tall, some may say that you're not smart, but nothing's wrong with you at all. But always remember, nobody's better. Allah made us equal. We are all beautiful. Peace and blessings on us all. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. May peace be upon you, be peace. Oh, 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 oh. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. May peace be upon you, be peace. Jumma, Jumma Mubarak, Jumma, Jumma Mubarak, Jumma, Jumma Mubarak. It is Friday, it's the best day. Jumma, Jumma Mubarak, Jumma, Jumma Mubarak, Jumma, Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Mubarak. Waking up in the morning, got the special Friday feeling. Getting ready in my best clothes now. My jubba looking crisp, going all out. Jumping my ride to the masjid. Hearing the khutbah, it's a blessing. Now we're standing in the sun and we're praying. Then I greet our kids with Assalamu alaikum. Friday is here and it is the best of days. When we go to the masjid and we all pray. There are blessings on this special day. Thank you, Allah. Thank you for this day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. It is Friday. This is the best day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Mubarak. Friday Sundays are locked down, looking fresh with my miss calls. We just feel I woke up on a Friday. I said it's so what on the prophet is me upon it. Friday is you and it's the best of days. When we go to the masjid and we all pray. There are blessings on this special day. Thank you, Allah. Thank you for this day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. It is Friday. This is the best day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Mubarak. We all get this special day to change our ways, to cleanse our hearts, a brand new start. Oh, and don't forget that outside the istijab, where prayers are accepted from now on. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. It is Friday, this is the best day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Mubarak. Jumma Mubarak. ولن ترى عينك في الدنيا مثل سماء وتجري من تحتها أنهار عدن ترى وعطرها مسك يريح هواها سلام فلن يأتي حلمك قوما بما قد رأى مع الحبيب أن أراه في أبوابها وأمتي أن أراها في دار السلام فيا إله I pray for Jannah, 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 Jannah. I pray for Jannah, 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 Jannah. I raise my hands in the air. I'll make a prayer. I'll make a prayer. I pray for Jannah, 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 Jannah. Just to see him standing with the Salihin welcoming them. And then emotions tell me to come forward and drink from his hands. But I'll be motionless, just staring at this most beautiful man, who saved me from hellfire, pleading to Allah, Ya Ummati, Ya Ummati. So blessed slave into Jannah for eternity. Look what Allah's mercy and blessings have brought. This is what you strive for, what you sent for. I wanna Jannah, when no eyes never seen, no ears never heard, no mind can imagine. Paradise, no more tests, no more tears, no more trials. A paradise, just to hold my mother in my arms. A paradise, just where the Jesus and the children dance. Paradise, gardens beneath where rivers will flow. Paradise, when nothing will hurt anymore. Won't hurt anymore.
Yes, indeed. We ask Almighty Allah for Jannah, for paradise, and we strive through our words and our actions to achieve that ultimate goal. Welcome back. I'm yours truly, Imam Safraz Ghani, host of this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment on this beautiful Friday morning. At this point in the program, we now get into our lecture segment, and just as a reminder, you can shoot me a message via the WhatsApp number 2994103. Alternatively, you can send me a message via the social feeds as well. So this morning on our lecture segment, we continue on with our very special feature on the road to Ramadan, as we continue to build up momentum that will take us through to the holy month of Ramadan. So on the road to Ramadan is our very special feature where we of course highlight certain aspects of our lives that we must improve on in the build up to the holy month of Ramadan. So this morning, and to highlight today's discussion, I want to paint a backdrop for today's topic. So I want me to share with you this short anecdote. There was this little boy. He went to the beach for the very first time and he wanted to build a sandcastle. So he sat there for many hours and he built this beautiful sandcastle. After building the sandcastle, however, the tide came in, the waves washed away the sandcastle. But the boy did not lose hope. He moved a few feet back and once again he set about building this beautiful sandcastle. But when he finished, the same thing happened again. The tides came in and the waves washed away the sandcastle. The third time, the boy did not become despondent. He sat down and he tried to analyze and he tried to come up with some sort of mechanism, some sort of solution to his problem. After pondering and after thinking, he came up with a beautiful idea, and he decided to build a wall made of sand, of course, and then behind the wall is where he constructed that sandcastle. This time around, when the waves came in, when the tide came in, the wall was there to protect all of his efforts that took place behind the wall. That is a very important concept. For sometimes we go through our lives putting in all of the efforts, but then we do things that unravel everything that we have done. And one of the things that we must most definitely pay attention to leading up to the month of Ramadan is the levels of our sincerity in our devotions. The question I want to ask you this morning is, how would you like to toil day after day in the hot sun, only to be told in the end that you will not be paid? No one likes to go empty-handed after having toiled. And doing acts for show, doing acts for name and fame, eats away at the core of your worship and renders your act null and void. Without sincerity, your deeds will be washed away by the waves of pride, by the waves of conceit, and of course by the waves of arrogance, because now you think that I have become somebody. The devil works in a very, very cunning way. He works on two ends of the spectrum. In the first instance, his effort is to try to convince you not to do good deeds. He convinces you to become lazy. But then when you do make the effort to do good deeds, he now begins to work on the other spectrum, which is to fill your mind with thoughts of pride that you have now become someone. So the month of Ramadan is around the corner. The month of Ramadan is a period of intense worship. If you are successful enough to, beat the shaitan at the first hurdle, and you can convince yourself to start doing good deeds, that is when now he would start to eat away at your mind. That you know what? You're performing your prayer every day. You are fasting every single day in the month of Ramadan. You are giving charity every single day. You know what? You have now achieved the status of sainthood. So everyone should respect you. And then the person goes around with his head in cloud nine, demanding respect from others. Why? Because now he thinks that I have become someone. And now, even though he is carrying out good acts, there is no sincerity in his devotion at all. As a matter of fact, he's not doing it for the pleasure of the Almighty. He's doing it so that people can acknowledge him. Hence the reason why the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, described to us what will take place on the Day of Judgment. And he mentioned the first of men whose cases will be decided on the Day of Judgment. Number one will be a martyr. He will be brought forth in the court of Almighty Allah. Almighty Allah will make him recount his blessings and remember his blessings. And then Almighty Allah will ask him, what did you do with these blessings? He will say, oh Allah, I fought for thee until I died as a martyr. Almighty Allah will say to him that you have lied. You fought so that you might be called a brave soldier or a brave warrior. And so you were called. Then orders would be given that he should be taken down to the fire of hell. Next, a person will be brought forth who was a scholar in this world. And again, he would be made to remember his blessings, and the question will be asked to him, what did you do with those blessings? He would say, oh Allah, I acquired knowledge, and I taught the people only for your pleasure. Almighty Allah will say that you have also lied. You acquired knowledge so that people will call you a scholar. People will call you a knowledgeable person. You did it to gain recognition in the eyes of the people. And he also would be ordered to march down to the fire of hell. Then finally, the third person will be brought forth who was made abundantly rich by Almighty Allah in this world. He would also be made to remember his blessings, and Allah would say to him, what did you do with these blessings? He would say, oh Allah, I spent my money in every cause that will bring you benefit, in every cause that will make you happy. I spent in your name only for your upliftment, only for the upliftment of your deen and your religion. Allah would say to him that you also lied. You spent so that people could call you a generous person, so that you can gain popularity and fame in the eyes of the people. And he also would be dragged off to hell. Be very mindful of the devil encouraging you to eat away at the sincerity of your actions. There is no use putting in the hard work only to have it snatched away from you in the end. So this morning, let me share with you a few tips to ensure that your acts remain sincere. Number one, do secret deeds. Sometimes when you indulge in good actions secretly, the sincerity levels tend to be much high. If you're giving charity, the charity of one hand should not be known by the charity of the next. If you're going to pray, try not to make it public. Try not to publicize your acts. And in today's era, with the advent of social media and so on and so forth, it has become very easy to fall prey to this particular concept. We want to publicize everything. If I am praying, I want to, show the people that I'm praying. If I'm giving charity, I want to show the people that I'm giving charity. Do acts good acts, I should say, that only you and the Almighty knows. Secondly, it's very important that you ask Allah for sincerity. Indeed, Allah is sufficient for me and he is the best disposer of my affairs. Turn to him. That sincerity will come from the Almighty. And it's also very, very important that you don't feel overly secure about your deeds. Sometimes you think, I have done enough, I don't need to do more. And that is a trap of the shaitan. He convinces you that, hold up, you've done enough. You don't need to do more. You don't need to pray more. You don't need to give more charity. Stay away from that level of thinking and be very, very mindful and look for beautiful lessons in the lives of our pious predecessors. One scholar said, do not take inspiration from those who are living, for indeed you do not know what their end will be. Rather, let your inspiration come from the dead, for indeed you have now known which path they took with their lives and where they ended up. And finally, be constantly renewing your intention. The shaitan wants you to think that you have become someone. He wants you to think that, I have done it all. Continue to check yourself. ask yourself, am I doing this for the pleasure of Allah? What is the level of my sincerity? Why am I doing this? Am I doing it to be called someone? Am I doing it for fame? Or am I doing it to become closer to the Almighty? So as we approach the month of Ramadan, when the month of Ramadan gets going, we start our prayer, we start our fasting, we start our charity, and so on and so forth, and all of the good acts that come with the month of Ramadan. Be mindful, very, very mindful of the levels of your sincerity all the way through. Because eventually you don't want that you put in all of the hard work, and then eventually you literally have the rug pulled out from under your feet by the devil, by the shaitan, and by your own egos. May Allah continue to bless us in these months leading up to the month of Ramadan. May He make it possible that we are, in good health, and may He make the month of Ramadan a source of blessing for us in this life, as well as in the life of the hereafter.
Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. I see the red of my mother's love, the true blue of my father's hugs. I see the orange of my siblings' smile. I see the pink and the white of the love of my life, and the deep, deep green that our children bring are the coolness of my eyes. For Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. Whenever I am down, I look up to the sky and I see the signs from Allah Most High. Most of all, I see light, endless light upon light. Mercy from Allah, who is yours and mine. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Rabbal Alameen. Bismillah, and again I begin. Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. I see the yellow like a sunflower smile of an orphan girl who says Alhamdulillah, or a mother who lost her child. Sees him waiting on a throne of gold so high, or a father who holds his stride, working hard every day and is firm in his faith, burning bright like a beautiful crimson flame. Says Allah, keep my family safe. For Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. Whenever I am down, I look up to the sky and I see the signs from Allah Most High. Most of all, I see light, endless light upon light. Mercy from Allah, who is yours and mine. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Rabbal Alameen. Bismillah, and again I begin.
Of course, there are times, both yours and mine, when the tears in our eyes sting and blur out the light. But these moments bring the highs of the strength I have inside to always see my cotton candy sky.
For Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I see the colors of the cotton candy sky again.
As we're coming to the end of the program for this morning, I want to take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going on to the sponsors. The program this morning has been brought to you through the kind courtesies of the Price Club Supermarket, located at Ramsaran Street out there in Chaguanas. Contact number 671-7777. Point Fortune Hardware Limited Wholesale Division, located at Frederick Settlements out there in Caroni. Contact number 662-1233, 678-0857. Adams Project Management and Construction Limited, located at number 66 Omera Industrial Estate out there in Arima. And of course, you can contact them on 645-8326, 663-9144. And the Original Barbecue Hut Limited, located at number 85 to 89 Sipera Road, Victoria Village out there in San Fernando. Contact number 657-9429. And Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Canupia. I also want to take the opportunity as well to say a very special salam and greetings of peace going out to you, our listeners and viewers who joined us on the program this morning, and to all those who messaged via the WhatsApp number, via the Facebook feed live as well, to all those who sent those beautiful messages on our social feeds. To you, I say, may the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It was a pleasure being with you over the past hour or so. By all means, do catch me next week Friday from 5 a.m. as we bring to you another segment of Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. And of course, continue to look out for our special features on the road to Ramadan as we continue to build momentum leading up to the holy month of Ramadan. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safar Ghani, signing out for this morning. Until next week Friday, please do have an extremely blessed day, stay safe, and of course, stay in the mercy of Almighty Allah. Much love. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Up next is News at 6, followed by Prabhat. By all means, do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM for more inspirational and motivational programming throughout the course of today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा। हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा। तुझसे जुदा अगर हो जाएंगे तो खुद से ही हो जाएंगे जुदा। अब तुम ही हो, बस तुम ही हो या रबी, बस तुम ही हो चैन भी, मेरी हर खुशी, मेरी जिंदगी, बस तुम ही हो या रबी। तेरा मेरा रिश्ता है कैसा, एक पल दूर गवारा नहीं। मेरा सब शाम बस है तेरा, वक्त मेरा बस आपका है। कोई लम्हा मेरा ना हो तेरे बिना, हर सांस पे नाम तेरा। अब तुम ही हो, बस तुम ही हो या रबी, बस तुम ही हो चैन भी, मेरी हर खुशी, मेरी जिंदगी, बस तुम ही हो। My Lord, you have